Good afternoon once again, YouTube DIY world, and anybody following this on Facebook on my restoration of this fiberglass Gheenoe. I just got done with the second coat of the finish paint, the total boat paint, and it turned out very well. And I'm going to probably do 2 more coats on it and call it quits. If you recall in the last video, towards the end of it, I was concerned, about the bugs and whatnot getting on it because, well, it was nighttime, so the lights were bringing in the bugs. But like I said in the video, the bugs will sand right off, and of course they did. So you're going to sand with a 220, 280 grit, somewhere around there, sandpaper. You are not, however, going to use your palm sander. You're not going to use that. You're just going to use sandpaper in your hand. Fold it up however best you can. And let me say this, I used a sanding block to start with, and it was so stiff that I wasn't able to conform around the curves and edges of the boat. It was too stiff, right? So it was really digging into the paint, and this paint sands like no other paint that I've seen. So just go with the sandpaper in your hand. You can put like a little rag or something in there, to help it conform, but don't use a power sander, all right, guys? Once you're done sanding, oh, by the way, you're just scuffing up the paint, right? You're not sanding this down to where the whole boat looks dull as crap. You're just scuffing up the paint, knocking off any big debris or bugs, whatever. You're just knocking that stuff down and scuffing up the paint to give a better surface for the next layer to adhere to. Then you're gonna, of course, get your acetone. I use a microfiber towel. It says to use a lint-free towel. And I found that cotton towels will create static. So we don't want static on the boat. All right, so I used a microfiber towel. So you're gonna fold up your microfiber towel, put a good bit of acetone on there, and just wipe the whole thing down good. Once you're done with that, then you're gonna get your thinning solution for your total boat paint. This time I did 7%. All right, and I mixed it up. You can get your little measuring cup if you got to. And then you're going to pour it in your pan. Bring your pan, your roller, and your brush over, because we are doing the roll and tip method once again. And since we're using more thinner this time, it's going to dry quicker. So if you recall, I said do a small section, say from there to about right there and then down. All right. Keep your section small, guys, because more thinner means it's going to dry quicker and you're not going to be able to work it as well. So roll up and down, and then finish going that way. And then you're going to get your brush. This is the tip. That's why it's called roll and tip. Tip of the brush. You can see the paint line. Tip of the brush. Start where you left off with your roller. Pull out that way. And then go back out that way where you finished your run at. And then just do that the whole way. And work it like that all the way down. I cannot stress it enough. Be mindful that the more paint thinner you're using, the less workable the paint's going to be. So move quick, all right? Don't worry about a whole bunch of little small imperfections, because you're gonna do another 2 coats on this guy, right? So it's looking great, as you can tell. Don't be over concerned about making it perfect. This is a Gheenoe restoration that has plenty of problems, and it's never going to be perfect. If you are trying to create a perfect boat from a restoration, then you need to be using gel coat, and that is a whole nother game, and I do not know anything about it, and I can't get into it. But this is turning out very well. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them if I can. Good luck and Godspeed.